Christy Kennedy collects the first ball. He turns and plays the ball high up the field to Tom Madden. Tom flips the ball on and Mickey Harris slips on the slippery underfoot conditions, and too many turns there by Frank Carberry, and it'll be a free to Edgeworthstown. Mel Noonan and Christy Kennedy coming up to the ball now, and Liam Tierney has delegated Christy Kennedy to take the free, and not the simplest of frees, but quite scoreable for Christy. The ball drops short and Jim Kenny collects it. This burly fullback comes out and is fouled by Tom Madden. See, Tony Garvey is in the left half forward on the Edgeworthstown team, and Kevin Hughes I see down at centre half back. Porrick Carberry and Christy Kennedy go up. Porrick comes out with the ball. He's been tackled by Tony Garvey, but he makes his way up the field. He plays the ball down. Tom McGuinness and Tony Garvey there. And it's a free to Edgeworthstown, the man, Cashel man over carrying the ball with Joe Mulvihill. So Tom McGuinness will take the free for Edgeworthstown. So both teams just a little bit jittery in the early stages. Mel Noonan goes as highest and grabs that ball out of the air. He's looking for a bit of movement inside. He plays the ball left footed, but the ball is blocked down. Desi Bannon plays the ball up to Mike Kenny in the unfamiliar centre half forward position. Mike being opposed by Kevin Hughes. He plays the ball into Noel Mulvihill. Noel being chased and harassed by Pat Hughes. He plays the ball in. He turns, he plays the ball in, and John Smith is there to collect. And a fine interception there by John Smith from Barney Casey's probing kick in towards the Edgeworthstown goal. Colin McGarrett there. Colin is underground. Tom McGuinness comes over to assist, and John Smith eventually clears the ball. A lot of indecision there in the Edgeworthstown corner. Colin McGarrett and Jerry Fowle tussling for the ball there, and the experience of John Smith. If in doubt, get the ball out. So Porrick Carberry will take this free for Cashel. Kevin Hughes collects. He's been pulled by Mick Kenny, possibly playing the advantage of the referee is going to blow everything, obviously. So Tom Gallagher will take the free kick for Edgeworthstown. Tom, who is sub-goalkeeper on the county team. The ball breaks. Liam Tierney lets it go from Barney Casey has it. He plays the ball up the field, and John Smith collects. The ball breaks, and Tom McGuinness is there. Tom has been harassed by Johnny Klein, and the referee gives a free out to Tom McGuinness. So Tom Gallagher once again will take the free kick. A bit of a let off there for Edgeworthstown. Christy Kennedy goes up. Tommy McGuinness gets the breaking ball. He tries to turn inside. He's been harassed and pulled by Cashel men, and it's a free kick. We're not getting rid of the ball soon enough. Des Bannon will take the kick. It's a short ball into Dinny Bannon. Jerry Lynn is after him, but Jerry has fouled Dinny, and it's a free into Cashel. Could this be the first score of the game? Without Brendan Smith, Dave Dowd is taking the kick, and he takes a short one. Once again he plays to Dinny Bannon. Dinny cuts inside Jerry Lynn. He kicks it high, and it's over the bar. A lovely score there by Dinny Bannon, very well worked. He cut inside his man from the short free kick, and the first score is on the board to Cashel. Jerry Lynn goes up with the ball, is breaking from him. Pat Hughes is there. And a bit of ground play over there, and the referee gives a free to Edgeworthstown. Kevin Hughes, the county full back, who's laying now his centre half back for Edgeworthstown today, will take this kick. Other members of the county team and the Edgeworthstown team is Liam Tierney, and of course Mickey O'Hara, who's playing a corner forward. Barney Casey collects over Mel Noonan. He plays the ball out to Dave Dowd. The ball goes and Kevin Hughes and Mike Kenny slip. Denny Bannon is up and down like a bouncing ball. He's been chased by Jerry Lynn. Jerry a little bit overzealous in the tackle, and it's a free kick to Cashel. So no real pattern in the game at this early stage. There's still a lot of mistakes being made. Des Bannon with the short kick again, once again to Denny Bannon. Denny trying to tempt Jerry Lynn. He comes outside. He plays the ball to Des. Blocked by Tony Garvey. He cuts inside and Tony doesn't buy the dummy. He dispossesses him, but the referee says illegally, and it's a free into Cashel. And Mike Kenny, the centre half forward, will take this one. Mike, a player of vast experience, both at club and inter-county level, has been a great service to Cashel. Up he comes. A good looking free kick. Johnny Klein and John Smith, but John Smith punches the ball out. And Liam Tierney gathers the ball. He plays a long ball towards John Victory, but the bounce is going to get on. Sean Logan is there. Sean plays a nice little ball in towards Mel Noonan. Mel Noonan collects. Mickey Harris got inside of it. Mel is bearding on the goals himself. He's been chased now by Dave Dowd. He tries to turn inside. He plays the ball out to Mickey O'Hara, but a misplaced pass and a scored an opportunity goes to begging for Edgeworthstown. So with the score still 1 point to Cashel, no score to Edgeworthstown. Edgeworthstown possibly could have had a score from that. They seemed to have the overlap there, but pass went astray and let off for Jim Kenny's men. So Jim with the kick again. Tom Madden and John Victory go up. The ball breaks and Liam Tierney is going to be first there. He is indeed. He's been chased by Pádraig Carberry. Liam turns on Jinx and shakes off Park. He's standing looking for some movement. There's a low ball into Mel Noonan. But Mel is beaten by Barney Casey. The ball is dithered and Jim Kenny collects. The bearded Jim comes out, plays the ball to Des Bannon. Des looks up and plays the ball to Denny Bannon, who's acting as a target man in Brendan Smith's absence and doing his job very, very well. And Jerry Lynn's name goes into the book for persistent fouling on Denny Bannon. But the sort of ball that Denny is getting is going to be very hard for Jerry to get in front of him. Mike Casey with a good long kick. A bad pass there and Jerry Lynn collects. He knocks the ball out to Liam Tierney. Liam turns inside Mike Kenny and plays a nice ball out to Kevin Hughes. A lot of movement up front. Kevin plays the ball in towards Mickey O'Hara, but it goes to Frank Carberry and Frank cuts inside Mickey and punches the ball out to Des Bannon. Des has been chased by Tony Garvey. He cuts inside him, plays the ball down. Tom McGuinness, Jerry punches the ball and Jerry Lynn is there as well. Plays the ball to Christy Kennedy. Christy tries to play the ball out and is blocked. A good tackle in there by Colin McGarr. Jerry Lynn, a lot of scrappy play. Great tackle there by Mike Kenny. And the referee is blowing for an infringement by Jerry Farrell. After Cashel seemed to be just about to regain possession. Joe Mulvihill and Tom McGuinness standing at the ball, but Tom McGuinness will be the taker. Mike Casey and Liam Tierney. The ball breaks. Jim Kenny. Jim comes out and left-footed, plays the ball up the field. And Mike Kenny collects. The ball is played out to Denny Bannon. Then he plays the ball into Mike Kenny and overlap there, but John Smith keeps his eye on the ball. The ball goes out to Joe Mulvihill on his own. Joe kicks the ball, it's curling, and Tom Gallagher is there. The ball seemed to take a vicious curling flight, but Tom Gallagher was alert. Liam Tierney now comes soloing up the field. He's been chased by Noel Mulvihill. He's looking for a man to pass it, and it gets to Tony Garvey. Beautifully seen. Tony plays the ball over to Mel Noonan here on this wing. He's been chased by Barney Casey, and Mel gets there. He falls and loses possession. Barney Casey with the ball now, and Mickey O'Hara stick in tight. The ball, nice ball to Frank Carby, and the 1-2 works out. Joe Mulvihill there is going to be in front of Tommy McGuinness, and he is. But the ball breaks and Tony Garvey lets it slip. Tony dispossesses Porrick again. And there's a free kick to Cashel. A lot of dogged pulling and dragging is really not a game for the purist. With no team, even at this stage, showing the upper hand. No real pattern to the game. It's on Mike Casey now. Colin McGurr goes up and fields brilliantly. He plays the ball up, and Jim Kenny is there, but Tom Madden will get this. Tony Garvey plays the ball up along the ground, but Barney Casey is the covering Cashel man. With plenty of men around him, he plays the ball to Jim Kenny. Jim plays a high ball down. Colin McGurr is there. And Jerry Farrell, and the ball is gone for the linesman seems to have his flag erect. And indeed it is, it's a linesman's ball. Thrown up, and Tony Garvey collects. Tony plays the ball over to Sean Logan. Sean flicks the ball on, and Mickey O'Hara and Frank Carby. Mickey O'Hara's inside. Oh, beautiful goal by O'Hara. Brilliantly put away. He saw the spin in the ball and went round his man. Frank Carby was a little bit unfortunate, but O'Hara was so alert. Pushed his man off the ball and slotted in the back of the net. With great style. So now that puts a different reflection on the game altogether. I just on 1 goal and Cashel 1 point. On a day like today, that sort of a goal can be all important. Liam Tierney gets the breaking ball. The ball is skied out of a crowd, and Des Bannon plays the ball up to Kevin Hughes and Mike Kenny. But the referee blows, despite Cashel's obvious advantage. So apart from the goal, there's been very little noise from the small crowd here today. Mike Casey, once again they're playing the short free. But this time Colin McGarr is awake. And he plays the ball up to Liam Tierney. Tony Garvey. Liam Tierney. There's a ball into Sean Logan. Sean and Mickey O'Hara and Frank Carberry. Mickey O'Hara is there again. And he touches the ball on the ground, a little bit unlucky, but he was almost in again. Mickey has had a very fine season with the Longford team and really showing how sharp he is here today. Christy Kennedy, one-handed, arrogant catch, plays the ball up. Mike Casey is there and he collects with ease. Ball on to Jerry Lynn and Denny Bannon's a punch broken ball, but Jerry Lynn will be there as well. Recovered very well, and Johnny Klein trips him, and it'll be a free to Edgeworth's son. Kevin Hughes will be the taker. Seems to be a lot of bunching. Paul Kirby and Christy Ken. The ball breaks to Liam Tierney. The ball is a little bit overhit, and Mickey O'Hara and Frank Carby again. Once again, Mickey is harassing Frank. Frank looking for someone to play it to. Sean Logan is also there. Frank Carby does well to get the ball away. Tom Madden is well in with the tackle there. Tony Garvey. Tom Madden is there. And Des Bannon gets the ball. And it'll be a line ball to Edgeworthstown. And Tom McGuinness will be the taker. Change around. Christy Kennedy will be the taker. Tom Madden goes up. The ball breaks. Davy Dowd is there. The ball that breaks to John Victory is in. He shoots. It's a goal. A beautiful goal by John Victory. Possibly his first touch of the game, and he comes in and puts the ball on the back of the net. Opportunist goal there by Victory. So with two pieces of opportunism on behalf of John Victory and Mickey O'Hara, Edgeworthstown have the advantage of a 5-point lead, when one could say they scarcely deserve it at this stage. But nonetheless, it's on the board, and Jim Kenny now takes the kick. Jerry Lynn is in. But he's a judge was fouled, Davy Dowd, and the quick free goes to Dinny Bannon on his own. Christy Kennedy is going to meet him, and he does. Nevertheless, Dinny regains possession, plays the ball out to Pádraig Carberry. Pádraig cuts inside Christy Kennedy. Kevin Hughes confronts him, and Pádraig shoots over the black spot. A lovely score there by Pádraig Carberry. Worked his way into a scoring position very well. So 2 goals now to 2 points. The pitch is really holding up well. They thought that the underfoot conditions would be fairly bad, but they're not. Obviously the grass isn't cutting up too much. John Victory, the goal scorer, plays the ball up to Sean Logan. The ball breaks from Sean's possession, but goes to Mel Noonan. Mel looks up, he plays a low ball into Liam Tierney. Liam is being chased by Barney Casey. He plays the ball to Christy Kennedy. Christy has to cut inside a few players, but overhits the pass rather, and Sean Logan is there. Sean fumbles it, but still manages to get the ball. He cuts inside Peter Bannon. He plays a lovely ball, dangerous ball over the goals. The ball is on the ground. Tony Garvey is in there. Pádraig Carberry gathers. He's been chased by Tony Garvey. And John Victory gets the clearance. A high ball in. Liam Tierney is there with Mike Casey. Liam gets the break and ball goes down, and Des Bannon, the first to react. And it'll be a free kick to Cashel. Game developing into a dogged affair where no quarter asked or given. Mick Kenny takes the kick. Jim Kenny. Christy Kenny goes out, so too is Tom McGuinness. Tom McGuinness has the ball, he cuts inside his man. He plays the ball into Tony Garvey with an overhit pass, and that's buns to an elephant for Mick Casey. Mick Casey goes in, well tackled by Tom Madden, and it'll be an Edgeworthstown line ball. Fine piece of determination by Tom Madden there, is he? Not standing up. Christy Kennedy will be the free taker now. He plays the ball in. Mickey O'Hara, John Victory. The ball breaks and the Cashel man wins it. Christy Kennedy is there. He breaks the ball down. Liam Tierney and Kevin Hughes between them. But the ball still goes to Christy Kennedy. It's off for Mike Kenny's back, and Davy Dowd has it. He plays the ball up, and John Victory is there before Johnny Klein. Well fielded by Liam Tierney. Ball goes up to Mel Noonan, his man has slipped. But Mel wasn't to know that. He tries to cut inside Barney, and he has done so. He looks up, he kicks the ball high, but wide. The referee spotted an off-the-ball incident there, that time at Pádraig Carberry, a county teammate of Liam Tierney's. And no love lost on that occasion anyway. So Jim Kenny will take the kick out again. The wind is beginning to hold up those kicks now. It's getting a little bit stronger. Sean Logan fixed the ball on, but Jim Kenny beats Mel Noonan to the drop. the ball goes to Barney Casey. He in turn plays a lovely little ball into Dinny Bannon. Dinny plays the ball into Dave Dowd again. Cashel building up a few nice movements now. The ball is played once again to Dinny Bannon. He's been chased by Jerry Lynn, but kicks the ball wide. Dinny is taking some time to get up. But yes, he looks okay. So on this rather cold, windy day, which is was all that one can expect in December, Tom Gallagher comes up with another kick out. Breaking ball yet again, and Christy Candy gathered. And the free will be taken by Kevin Hughes. They just only needs 2 goals to 2 points. The ball played up to Liam Tierney. Liam nicely out in front of his man. He plays a high ball up. Mickey Harrow is there. Sean Logan is behind him, but the ball just doesn't get that far. Nevertheless, Sean is in with a nice tackle, and the ball goes to Mel Noonan. Mel is cutting inside Barney Casey. Left footed, he kicks high. They're looking at it. And there's an indecision. Indecision. It is, it isn't, it is, it isn't. There might be a half yet. After consultation, and the referee has acted as chairman with the cast and vote, and the ball has gone wide. Such is the nature of the day, that cold that there wasn't even that much complaints from the Edgertown men. The low ball out to Mick Casey. Jerry Lynn this time gets in front of Dinny Bannon. The ball breaks to John Victory. John knocks the ball back to Jerry Lynn. To Mickey O'Hara. Mickey looking up. There's the ball into Christy Candy. Christy kicks, and it's over the bar. No mistake about that one. Nice bit of play by Mickey O'Hara. Created a scoring chance for Christy Kennedy, and Christy duly obliged with a fine point. So 2-1 to 2 points. And Cashel have faded in the last couple of minutes now, and they're just beginning to come into the game more. The advantage of this lead is going to be a big boost to the Edgerton men. Although Edgerton are playing with the wind. Tom Madden gathers the ball. He's been chased by Davy Dowd. So Kevin Hughes will take the free for Edgerton. They're not expecting this ball to go in near the goals. Mickey O'Hara comes out in front of his man. He slips inside him. He gives the ball over to Kevin Hughes. Mel Noonan collects the pass and plays a lovely ball into Kevin Hughes. Kevin shoots, and it's over the bar. Kevin has his name on the score sheet. Fine piece of play there by Edgerton, and not afraid to attack. They know well they'll have to get the scores on the board with the little bit of wind they have. Short ball, and Sean Logan collects. Left footed, the ball is going to hop and hop wide. A little bit hasty there by Sean, but nevertheless, he's playing a fine game. Sean was one of the successes on the Edgerton junior team this year, who got to the junior final. Jim Kenny is in there, Mickey O'Hara is there on him. But Frank Carberry is away now. And Mickey O'Hara dispossesses him very well. Tony Garvey goes down. And there's a lot of off the ball pushing, could we call it. Liam Tierney's in there, plays the ball into Mickey O'Hara. Mickey O'Hara in turn plays the ball into Liam Tierney. No one in front of him, the keeper. He shoots and he shoots it wide. A bad miss there by Liam Tierney, really. He went for power in that direction and he got his power all right, but no direction. So a let off for Cashel there, and Edgerton really are on top now, but Edgerton's forwards attitude being typified there by Mickey O'Hara as he followed his man back when it seemed to be a lost cause. Jim Kenny will take the kick out. A high dropping ball. Porry Carby flips it on. Kevin Hughes is there. He plays the ball out to Sean Logan. Plays the ball to Mel Noonan. Mel looking for Mickey O'Hara in the corner. The ball will skid on, or will it? And it does, yes. Edgerton tending to try and look for that extra pass too many. Two to 2 points. Edgerton are leading by 2 clear goals. Jim Kenny now. His kick is caught brilliantly there by Christy Kennedy. He knocks the ball down to John Victory, but the referee has blown, and it'll be a free kick to Edgerton. Kevin Hughes will be the taker. Kevin Hughes' name is on the scoreboard already. Up becomes Tom Madden is there, but the ball beats him and Jim Kenny, but Mick Casey is there, and big and strong Mick comes straight out, a straight line, shortest way out, but he hops the ball once too many, and Johnny Klein is there to get the breaking ball. John Smith and Mike Kenny, but Mike Kenny comes away with the ball. There's the ball into Noel Mulvihill. Noel looks up, Davy Dowd is over here. The ball goes to Joe Mulvihill. Joe cuts inside Tom McGuinness and falls. Porry Carberry is there. He's going through and is fouled. So this should be a scoreable free for Mike Kenny. And he misses it. Very uncharacteristic miss. And indeed one wonders if Cashel are contemplating bringing on Brendan Smith, even if he wasn't the most mobile. When it comes to free taking, there's very few that are on a par with him. So we have the usual stewarding problems. We have to wait for a ball. It'll be here soon anyway. On a cold day like today, they should have some sort of another ball down there to keep the game going, keep the crowd on their toes. Maybe they might get the county board to get a ball for Christmas. Then they'd have 2. So the ball is kicked out now, and Tommy Gallagher kick goes through John Victory's hands, and Porry Carberry plays the ball in. And Tommy Gallagher is coming out of his goals, but John Smith is there. A hefty looking challenge, and John still manages to get the ball away. Tommy McGuinness is there, and he knocks the ball out to John Victory. John plays the ball up in front of Mickey O'Hara. Mickey comes to the ball brilliantly. Frank Carberry is starting to give Mickey room, and he can't afford to do that. Mickey kicks on this occasion just wide. But if Frank Carberry continues to stand that far off Mickey O'Hara, O'Hara will punish him 8 times out of 10 anyway. Cashel seem to have an extra man down here in the backs. Like that Tom Madden goes out the field for the kick out. Barney Casey collects. He hands off Liam Tierney and plays the ball over to Mike Kenny. Mike is being chased by Tony Garvey. He knocks the ball inside to Des Bannon. Does Bannon plays the ball once again to Mike Kenny. To Porrick Carberry. Porrick shoots the ball across the face of the goals and it's just gone wide. Cashel unlucky that time though. A very good move up the length of the pitch. And all it wanted was a foot to steer towards the Mostrim goal. But Tommy Gallagher's net yet to be breached. And the score is still Edgeworthstown 2 goals and 2 points to Cashel 2 points. Edgeworthstown running the short free kick now and the referee says we'll have half time. So an entertaining if not fantastic first half. Dogged football which is particular to this time of the year. There's no time for fancy footwork or anything like that. And as both teams go off the pitch, doubtless the talking point will be whether Cashel will introduce Mr. Brendan Smith in the second half. So we leave you and we resume commentary at the about to resume for the second half, and Edgeworthstown leading 2-2 to 2 points. Cashel will be playing with the win in this half, and it is a considerable advantage as Edgeworthstown proved in the first half. So the first ball goes and Liam Tierney collects the breaking ball. He goes down along the line, he's confronted by Denny Bannon, but Liam keeps his balance. He's still not out. The referees, the judge said Liam is a little bit hard done by, and it's a free kick to Edgeworthstown. Christy Kenny be the taker. The 9 or 10 Cashel supporters in the stand don't agree with that particular decision, but nevertheless the game goes on. Christy Kenny with a high ball. John Victory collects. He knocks the ball back to Liam Tierney. He's been chased by Johnny Klein. He knocks the ball out to Tom Madden. Tom steadies himself. He kicks the ball straight. Mickey Harron and Sean Logan are there, but Jim Kenny collects. He plays the ball out to Porrick Carberry, who doesn't collect first time, and the ball runs away from him. He plays the ball low, and in Brendan Smith. He goes in by John Smith, his namesake. He plays the ball in, and Jerry Lynn is there. So Cashel have pulled their trump card, and whether it works now at this stage or not remains to be seen. Brendan Smith is on. And John Smith will be the man with the task to mark him. Even a half-fit Brendan Smith is a big addition to any team. A nice free there by Jerry Lynn. And Mel Noonan almost collects. He roots the ball along the ground. The ball is in turn is flicked on by Sean Logan. Sean is pushed inside. He knocks the ball along the ground with his hand. And Mel Noonan seems to stand up. And Peter Bannon clears the ball and it'll be an Edgeworthstown ball. The feature of these games is that the linesman has an almost impossible job of trying to keep the line when there's people standing in and encroaching in the playing area. That ball is going to encroach on the crowd and it'll be a line ball to Cashel again. Kevin Hughes is there. He plays a long high ball up the field. Mickey Harris there surrounded by 3 Cashel men, but still managed to knock the ball out to Liam Turner, who's pulled as he kicks the ball and its pass goes astray. Tony Carvey goes down on it. Tony over elaborating there, and he's been battled up by the Cashel players. He'll have to let it go soon, and he couldn't get a chance then. The opportunity seemed to be missed when he didn't release the ball to Christy Kennedy running through. So Cashel breathed a sigh of relief. A short free kick once again. And Mick Casey kicks the ball. Mike Kenny collects. Tries to go inside Kevin Hughes, but it's not going to be that easy. Davy Dowd. Plays the ball out to Joe Mulvihill. Given a lot of room in this occasion with Tom McGuinness. He plays a high ball in. Kevin Hughes palms the ball out and it goes to Denny Bannon. And Denny is down. And he keeps his cool and knocks the ball over the bar. So the first score of the second half goes to Cashel, and 3 points to 2-2. So Johnny Klein was the man who moved to midfield to facilitate Brendan Smith. Tom McGuinness collects. The ball screws off his foot. Bad clearance, but John Victory and Jerry Lynn between them managed to save the situation. John Victory knocks the ball into the middle, but Mike Casey is there and gathers with great ease. Colin McGarry is the man who keeps his eye on the ball. He knocks the ball out to Tom McGuinness, who in turn plays the ball on to Tony Garvey. Tony in turn kicks the ball beyond Liam Tierney and goes straight to Mike Casey. Colin McGarry, a fine pass to Tom McGuinness. Knocks the ball out to Christy Candy, who in turn plays the ball to Mickey O'Hara. Mickey knocks the ball over the backs, heads into Liam Tierney. O'Hara's running again for the pass, a nice crossfield ball by Tierney. It's a bit too high though. And too many Cashel backs were there. Jim Kenny now tries to come out over Mickey O'Hara, but he has to pass the ball back to Des Bannon. Jerry Lynn and Kevin Hughes collects. He looks and plays a nice low ball into Sean Logan. Sean, who got a kind of a shove there. And it'll be a free kick to Edwardstown. Christy Kennedy will be the taker. I see people shouting all the way, but it's a long journey against the wind. But Mickey O'Hara comes to the short one. It's a lovely kick, and the referee, and linesmen and umpires, the whole lot of them signal it wide. So it'll be a free or a kick out to Cashel, and Jim Kenny once again will be the taker. Can Jerry Lynn keep Dinny Bannon curtailed, and can John Smith keep Brendan Smith curtailed? These are the two burning questions which are going to decide the outcome of this game. John Victory nevertheless gets the ball. He plays the ball high and Jim Kenny is there. Barney Casey collects the ball and he's fouled by Sean Logan. And it'll be a free kick to Cashel. Porrick Carberry collects. He cuts inside John Victory and plays a high ball, a high dangerous ball. Colin McGarry, the ball breaks, but Tommy McGuinness is there. He plays a short pass into Tommy Gallagher. Tommy Gallagher is pausing before he kicked the ball, but nevertheless he still got in the clearance. Mike Kenny is there, being chased by Kevin Hughes. And a little bit of argy-bargy. Mike Kenny, a little bit of gamesmanship. Kevin didn't hit him at all. And temper's a little bit frayed in that particular situation. Neither men hard men, but they're not going to give any quarter either. Brendan Smith with the taker. And doesn't have the legs. A mix up in the goals and it's just about call out. People call him my ball and eventually the ball is cleared. Porrick Carberry going straight towards Edgerton goals. He flicks the ball out to Mike Kenny who shoots and it's wide. Mike going for the little bit of power and put the ball just wide. So 3 points to 2-2. And Cashel make another substitution. Jerry Farrell has gone off. Kevin Hughes gathers the breaking ball. It goes into Mickey O'Hara. Being chased by Frank Carberry. Mickey plays a nice ball into Sean Logan. But Peter Bannon is there. Now, Edgerton man on the ground. He's been chased and tackled and Mickey O'Hara was the man involved. Tommy McGuinness looks to be favoured to get this, and indeed he is. Plays the ball over to Mickey O'Hara. Mickey coming into a scoring position, he kicks. The ball doesn't go wide. Sean Logan knocks the ball once again back across the goals to Frank Carberry on his own. Frank knocks the ball into the middle to Des Bannon, who with all the time in the world turns and kicks the ball up the field, but Kevin Hughes gets the better of Mike Kenny this time, and Mike falls on the ground, much to the delight of the Edgerstown supporters. Kevin going for the double, and this time just that little bit out, and the score remains 3 points to 2-2. Who's that Cashel substitute? The Cashel substitute is Sean Millian. We just have to get it there from the electronic scoreboard here. And Jim Kenny with the kick out again. The ball breaks to Johnny Klein. He's bottled up there by Tony Garvey. The ball is knocked back to Mike Casey, and Mike with a long kick up the field. The referee is given remote control decisions here. He was nowhere close to that decision, and still he gave the free to Cashel for an infringement. So Brendan Smith with the second free, and one would expect him to get this, injury or no injury. And indeed he does. A lovely score. A master of his craft is Brendan Smith. Tom Gallagher now with the kick out. 4 points to 2-2, and Cashel are slowly pegging away at this Mostrim lead. Christy Kenny gathers, but Mike Casey is adjudged to have pushed Liam Tierney. And Kevin Hughes will take the kick. Up comes Kevin. And Liam Tierney gets the breaking ball. He tries to kick the ball over the back's heads, and fumbled there by Frank Carberry, and Mickey O'Hara is almost in. He knocks the ball back across the face of the goals, and Peter Bannon is there. There's the ball up, and Liam Tierney is there, but the ball slips away from him. Johnny Klein is there, but Tom Madden is there before him, and a hefty challenge in on Tom Madden. And the referee didn't blow for the particular tackle on Madden. Tom Madden, who goes in 100% all the time, and the referee is now given a hot ball to Cashel. Normally there's only 2 men in for this hot ball, but here we have it, Longford style, and the ball breaks out to Kevin Hughes. He knocks the ball up towards Sean Logan. Sean Logan gathers, tries to cut inside his man, and he still manages to get the pass out. Christy Kenny with a long kick. Mickey O'Hara still manages to knock the ball and keep it in play. He cuts inside his men brilliantly. Passes the ball over. Sean Logan shoots. Somehow it stayed out. Somehow that ball stayed out. It hit a goalkeeper anyway, and some of the Cashel backs. So the Cashel goals have a very close thing there, and can Edgerstown now put a score on the board, because it's vital at this stage. Liam Tierney over in the corner here with Mike Casey. And the referee gives the free to Cashel. So Cashel having weathered that storm, are making a few switches. I see Mike Kenny is going to centre half back, and Mick Casey is going upfield, possibly to midfield or centre half forward, to try and curb this man, Kevin Hughes, who's having a great game for Edgestown. A beautiful ball into Mel Noonan, but Peter Bannon is just there in time. A fine interception there by Bannon, when Noonan seemed to be on to have a shot at goal. So Mucky Harrell will take this free for Edgestown. This is an awkward angle for Mickey, but he does a short kick into John Victor. John knocks the ball out to Tony Garvey. Tony in turn plays the ball out to Mickey O'Hara. A nice ball in to Tony Garvey. Oh, what sort of a tackle was that? And the play goes on. O'Hara plays the nice ball out to Christy Kennedy. Christy shoots, and once again Edgestown have missed another scoring chance. And the Cashel now trying to install a bit of a comeback. Liam Tierney breaks the ball down. It's pulled along the gun and Barney Casey has it now. He knocks the ball to Porrick Carberry. Porrick knocks the ball on to Brendan Smith. Brendan go to look inside. Chased by John Smith. Brendan takes his time. He looks up. And just wide. Dangerous looking ball though. And a sigh of relief by the Edgestown crowd here when they saw that ball going wide. 2-2 to 4 points. That's 8 points to 4. There's 4 points in it. Tom Gallagher. Breaking ball goes to Denny Bannon. Denny Bannon being tackled by Jerry Lynn, and the referee gives the decision. Jerry Lynn doesn't know what it's for, and Denny Bannon explains. Nevertheless, this is, shall I say, a very scoreable chance for a man of Brendan Smith's calibre. Up he comes. Lo and behold, it's gone wide. So they'll let off there for Edgestown, and nevertheless the signs are ominous there for the Edgestown Mentors that Cashel are on the way, are slowly clawing their way back into this game, and Edgestown would want to put a score on the board very shortly. The referee saying that Tom Gallagher's trying to waste time. Mike Casey. And the free is to Mike Casey. And Mike is going to take the free himself. Up he comes. Not a power in it, but Pat Hughes collects the ball, slips from him. And Tommy Gallagher collects. And a good clearance by Tom Gallagher. And Kevin Hughes fouls in on top of some of the children there on the line, who shouldn't be there in the first place, should I add. And Cashel are beginning to lay siege now to the Edgestown goal. Pat Hughes this time collects, and the ball is knocked from his grasp. John Victory goes down. He gets a rather weak clearance, and Jim Kenny knocks the ball into Denny Bannon, who in turn throws the ball to Davy Dowd. Davy looks up through the challenge, and Kevin Hughes and Pat Hughes are there, and between the two of them they clear the ball away very effectively. The ball goes towards Mel Noonan and Bernie Casey, and the linesman is undecided. Once again he has an erect flag. And he's going to throw it in, hedging his bets. Liam Tierney gets the breaking ball. He plays the ball low up towards Sean Logan. Sean, short ball into Mickey O'Hara. Mickey looks up, he plays the ball over towards Christy Kennedy, but Jim Kenny with a fisted effort. And his fisted effort goes to Des Bannon, who plays the ball out to Porrick Carberry. Porrick Carberry in acres of space. Plays the ball to Denny Bannon, but Jerry Lynn is sticking with Denny Bannon. And the referee reckons too tight, and it will be a free kick to Cashel again. Free taker number 3 for Cashel. Mike Kenny. Tom McGuinness breaks the ball out to Liam Tierney. And Liam is foul, and it'll be a free kick to Edgeworthstown. So with about 10 minutes left, there's plenty of time for Cashel to get back in. Tom McGuinness's kick. Tom Madden fields brilliantly. A brilliant piece of fielding there. Surely the highlight of the game so far, apart from the couple of goals, that piece of so Tom Madden goes into his position, and Christy Kennedy will take the free. Mickey O'Hara gets the ball, but there's a rather late tackle. And Mel Noonan tells Mickey O'Hara that he wants to take it. Liam Tierney takes the ball off Mickey O'Hara, and the ball in turn is put back to Christy Kennedy, getting a little bit like Dallas. All of you, the ball's been passed to here. Christy with the high, the ball breaks. Sean Logan over his head, or Mickey O'Hara should I say, over his head, and it's a point. So Stephen Tierney, this big burly forward, comes on for Edgeworthstown. The burly Stephen Tierney goes in to take Mel Noonan's place. Stephen known for his high fielding. And can he put that out a bit of punch into the Edgeworthstown attack? Jim Kenny's kick. The ball breaks and Johnny Klein is fumbling and he falls, and it'll be a free kick to Cashel. 2-3 to 4 points. 9 points to 4. 5 points the difference. The referee is going to keep bringing the ball up all day if they don't move back. Jim Kenny kicks the ball. Tom McGuinness goes up, uses his height, and the ball goes to Tony Garvey. Tony tries to set a small dummy. There's no takers, but nevertheless he still manages to get a clearance in. The ball goes, breaks, and Tom McGuinness gets it. He tries to cut inside, but still manages to get a nice pass to Mickey O'Hara. He plays it out to Stephen Tierney, Barney Casey. Stephen knocks the ball back into Christy Kennedy. Christy knocks the ball out to Mickey O'Hara. Nice piece of play here by Edgeworthstown, but I think they're going horizontally instead of straight forward. Tom Madden shoots. And Tom's effort is just wide, to say the least. Nevertheless, Edgeworthstown are after getting back into this game. And barring some error at the fact, they look to be in, well, almost on a sellable position, dare I say it. Davy Dowd comes along with the ball. He plays the ball to Mick Casey. Mick is making tremendous amount of ground and left-footed, tips the ball over the bar. A very fine point. He must have heard what I said about the unassailable position. So it goes to 5 points. The Cashel 2-3 to Edgeworthstown. 4 points in it again. The ball slips through Kevin Hughes' hands and Mick Casey comes along. Kevin is sticking tight. And Mick plays a high ball, dangerous ball over into the corner. But Joe Mulvihill misjudges it and the ball has gone wide. Those high balls into the Mostrim area haven't proved as dangerous as they might have done, because Brendan Smith seems to be moving out a little bit, hence the danger is averted most of the time. 2-3 to 5 points, about 5 minutes left in the game. Tom McGuinness is pushed. And Tom McGuinness isn't going to rush this one. He's on a big sponsorship deal for football, which is Tom. Tony Garvey is there. The ball breaks to Tom Madden. A nice ball out to Mickey O'Hara. Mickey flips one man. There's a nice ball inside to Liam Tierney. Liam in turn slips. He looks up from a quite acute angle and the ball has gone wide. So the kick out once again. Des Bannon lets the ball slip from his grasp. John Victory stops the ball from going over the line. There's a high ball in towards the goal. Sean Logan is there, but Peter Bannon is with him and it's a 50. And these are valuable a few minutes for Edgeworthstown to be wasting. So with about 6 minutes left now, I see from the people who are synchronizing their watches, but I see a lot of people moving too, so that might be a little bit of wrong information. Christy Kenny with the 50. It looks good, but it's just gone wide. Jim Kenny with the kick out. And now Edgeworthstown to break the hoodoo. A Cashel man is coming away with the ball. Des Bannon. He knocks the ball to Johnny Klein. Mickey O'Hara's after him. Johnny plays the ball through the middle to no one in particular, but the ball goes to Joe Mulvihill. Joe being tackled by Kevin Hughes and the referee gives a free straight away. Short ball out to Mike Kenny. Mike flicks the ball into Mick Casey. Mick shrugs off John Smith. He's going through the middle. He shoots and the ball has gone wide. Mike using all his obvious attributes of strength and pace to get into a scoring position that time, but on just a little bit unlucky with the final effort. The score still 2-3 to 5 points. Edgeworthstown in the lead by 4 points. Can Cashel come back? Or can Edgeworthstown win this centenary Leader Cup final? Liam Tierney goes up. Johnny Klein gathers the breaking ball. The ball is fisted out. John Victory collects the ball. He knocks the ball out to Tony Garvey. Tony plays the ball out to Mickey O'Hara, who's been ridden, one could say, by Frank Carvey, but there's no free. Des Bannon still gets the ball clear. Kevin Hughes and Mike Casey. The ball breaks to Denny Bannon. To Dave Dowd. He plays a low ball into Porry Carvey. Porry Carvey going through. Colin McGarry is there, so too is Tom McGuinness. Tom McGuinness is, Denny Bannon is going through. He shoots. Brilliantly blocked. Once again it's blocked and the ball is gone for a 50. Last ditch effort here by Cashel. And but for the guile and the tenaciousness of the Edgeworthstown backs, that would have been a goal. A great bit of tackling and defending there by the Edgeworthstown defenders. When Cashel seemed to be money on to score. So the Cashel men will be obviously thinking about this goal, or will Mike Casey go for a point? Up he comes. He's thinking of a low one, but Liam Tierney is there. So too is Tom Madden. And Tom has been fouled. And there'll be a free kick to Edgerstown. More and more people beginning to leave. Is this to be Edgerstown's big day? Tommy Gallagher with the kick. The ball is broken down by Brendan Smith. Brendan going through, lucky enough, John Smith is covered in the goals. He knocks the ball out to Denny Bannon. Denny Bannon is confronted by 3 or 4 Edgerstown men. Surely Denny has overheld the ball at that stage. And John Smith lets the ball go wide, using all the experience. And it'll be a kick out to Edgerstown. A little bit of a let off once again there. On the Edgerstown goal. I think the sense of victory is in the Edgerstown people here. This will be a famous victory if it comes off. Tommy Gallagher with the kick. The ball breaks in the middle of the field and Mike Kenny continuing to do stalwart work here for the Cashel men. He tried to take a quick free, but too quick. The referee is bringing the ball forward, but I don't think it matters at this stage. We go for the goal. Brendan Smith will take the free. Whistles, cheers, boos, you name it, they've been said now. Joe Mulvihill, he catches the ball, a high dangerous ball into the Edgerstown box. Mike Casey punches. But the ball goes safely over the Edgerstown end line. Edgerstown men are trying to play for this final whistle. I think the game is over. It is a famous victory for Edgerstown. The Leader Cup goes to Edgerstown in the centenary year. Brilliant display of guts, determination. Not a game for the purists, as we said, but they've got the victory they wanted. They've been bridesmaids for so long, it's so well deserved. We'll try now and get into the dressing room and get a few interviews with some of the heroes at the moment. County Secretary is now calling Eugene McGee to present the Leader Cup to the Edgerstown captain, Kevin Hughes. Yeah.
Most important thing to win. But everybody knows you're a beer run in the championship, the best of the year. You're coming across and
Eugene McGee giving this little speech. Former Cashel trainer. I'm sure he's delighted to see Edgerstown win. Kevin Hughes collects the Leader Cup. A little bit of Irish, Kevin.
Thank you for that. Present this beautiful cup. I think what he said is true. We'll have to look forward now, not be looking back. But I'd like to thank all the players this year for the marvellous effort they put in. They really put in a tremendous effort. And most of all, I'd like to thank John Smith, who gave a lot of his time this year, and the selectors as well. Most of all, I'd like to thank the supporters who supported us in every part of the county this year. Thank you very much. Now, I'd just like to have 3 cheers for a great Cashel team who've done a double last year, championship this year. So 3 cheers for Cashel. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Kevin, well done, Kevin. 1, 2, 3. Mickey, what do you think of that performance? Rubbish. Educated words from O'Hara here in these jubilant scenes before they get into the champagne. Stephen Tierney, have you anything to say? Stephen Stone Barrett. Jimmy Hill never had these problems. Stephen, what do you think of that performance?
So long as
Speak up, please.
so long as they're shitting out, I know we're shooting, we're pissing there, but that was a bit violent there.
Some very educated words. We have another educated man, Sean Logan. This is auditions for the BBC as well as everything else. Sean, have you anything to say after that great performance?
No.
Apart from the fact that I thought they should have given you a run, you know.
Well, I know, and the next best thing to Lazarus. They called me in from the supporters and all to play today.
Yeah. It's a pity you talked out to stand in the stand anyway. Thanks very much, Sean, for coming in here. Thank you. We'll do a few more inside anyway. For the team photograph. These are the pictures you'll see in your morning papers tomorrow morning. I'll ask John Green, County Secretary, here to say a few words on that.
It's a great win. I'm delighted to see Edgerton winning after a good hard year. They needed to win something, and I hope they win the championship next year. They're good enough to win the championship.
Thanks very much, John. Thank you. The Mostrim team that won the Leader Cup in 1984 is at the back row: Tom McGuinness, Christy Kennedy, Pat Hughes, Tom Madden, Tony Garvey, Liam Tierney, John Victory. Bottom from left to right: Colin McGurr, Sean Logan, Mickey O'Hara, Kevin Hughes, Stephen Tierney is the big fella in the front, and Tommy Gallagher's the man in the yellow. John Smith and Jerry Lynn. Mel Noonan is missing at the moment. Please, some more photographs on the mascots now. John Smith and his grandson, or is it his son? Come back in his civvies for this photograph. Always something different, Mel, but nevertheless you're here anyway. An overdue and long awaited victory for Edgerton. And they're surely going to enjoy this tonight. It doesn't matter. That's only the earphone. Mickey O'Hara was going to say a few words. Maggie, what do you think of that?
Very good.
Very good. Anything more to say?
No.
Thank you very much. Do you want to send a request to your mother and father in Edgerton or anything like that? No. Thank you very much. Okay. Chairman of Edgerton Football Club for years and years and years.
Oh, don't make me feel that all. But anyway, I'm thrilled with the victory, and the lads deserve it because they put in a great effort this year. Unfortunately, the big one didn't come our way, but this has compensated for it, and it gives us that extra boost for 85. And I can tell you, we're going to be there in 85.
Thanks very much, and yo! Tierney actually goes out in the nude here.
I just want to say, I want to endorse what Kevin said, that the supporters all year, second to none, and it's for the supporters we won this game. So,
thanks very much. We're very well known Edgerton man, a great supporter of Edgerton who comes down as often as he can from Dublin. Vice President as well. Jimmy, what do you think of that performance?
Great today, great. 10 years waiting for this. It's worth coming all the way from Dublin, and I hope Edgerton will win many more to come. We have missed a lot in the last few years, but in the 80s we'll win more. But look, Edgerton.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. Thank you. See, the sporting captain of the Cashel team.
Well, all I can say is that we've been playing Edgerton last year and this year in the championship and in the league as well. And above all people, we can't be good for a victory today.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Words there indeed from Mike Casey. Set of interviews would not be complete without words from the great Ned Riley. Ned, what do you think of that?
Great day for the parish and the town. And we needed something for centenary year. This makes up for the loss of this championship. And the changing of Kevin Hughes to centre half back and John Smith at full back. Done the whole thing, I think.
Thanks very much, Ned. Thanks very much to the club as well. A very well respected member of the community. Noel, what did you... Is he there? No, hold on, no.
It's a great jumping off ground to 1985. I think the midfield did very well this time. They got complete control, and we finished up the Fisher team. I don't know why we did. We didn't do any training or anything else, but we seemed to be flying at the finish, and Cashel were floundering. So all in all, it's a long wait since 1970 to win this Leader Cup, but I think it has been well worth it, and I can assure anybody be watching this, it won't be 14 years before it's won again.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Noel Walsh. This is Bobby Farr, a former selector, former officer of the club. Bobby, what did you think of that display?
Well, it was a very heartening display from an Edgerton supporters' point of view. They have built this fierce park all the year and entertained people with good football, and it'd be too bad if we didn't come out of this season with some trophy. We certainly deserved it. Our team produced some of the best football, and their contribution to football is also telling its tale in the county at general and with the county team.
Yeah. By the way, Bobby, what did you think was the turning point of the game? Kevin Hughes, and the winning points of the game. Kevin Hughes, the centre half back, and
Kevin Hughes put in great punch at centre half back. He strengthened. In fact, he strengthened centre field, and like our forwards, our backs were never in too much trouble inside. Once Kevin kept the ball out of that area, and I think it left it left the thing secure from an Edgerstown point of view. And it's a great place to cut off the attack.
And then the two goals, two great opportunist goals, John Victory and Mickey O'Hara.
Two great goals, and a great start. And a great boost to lads that are not playing football and who are off the game for a long time. It's a great boost. They're running on high spirits when scores like that come.
Yeah. And as someone has remarked here earlier on, that the fact that they were coming the stronger team and no training ran. Maybe does that say something for Edgerstown's training all year? That the
the county players would be in training all the time, and they made a great contribution to this win. And like there are other lads playing soccer, and everything told of it, they were all fit. They all seemed fit, and they were the faster to the ball, and they covered a lot of ground. They were maybe on fire. They should have more scores. Yeah. There was no doubt about the win.
Thanks very much, Bobby. Thanks very much. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3, on. Right. This is John Smith, trainer and coach of the Edgerstown team and fullback. John, first of all, congratulations on all you've done for the club during the year. And what did you think of that performance?
I thought it was a great all-round performance by the team, and I'm delighted for them that we took the Leader Cup after such a disappointing year. That's all.
Thanks very much, John. Thank you. Jack Victory. Jack Victory was one of the oldest supporters that we have. No insult to him or any of the other supporters. Jack, what did you think of that?
Oh, I'm delighted to win. It was a great performance, a great first half.
Guts and determination saw them through.
Determination saw them through. We should have a little more scores in the second half, but that's that. So we won on you.
Thanks very much, Jack. John McGarry. John. Frank Mitchell, the BBC wants you here. Frank, come over here for a second. His inclusion as one of the selectors has brought off dividends in his first year. Congratulations, Frank, first of all. And what did you think of that match?
Good game, hard game.
What were your worries before when you picked your team? What did you think, like, you know, what were your biggest worries going out? Surely the inclusion of Brendan Smith, of course.
Yes, Brendan Smith, and he was worried now when he come on too in the second half, you know, but he didn't. John Smith had him today anyway, you know. So that was it. No.
So what do you think for 85?
We'll take it in 85. I think I'll win the big one.
Thanks very much, Mel Noonan. Come on, Mel. Colin, what did you think of that? Colin McGarry, cornerback and stalwart on the Edgerstown team.
Great display by Edgerstown.
Hard game to play in, was it?
Yeah. Tough, hard hitting.
Sporting.
Yeah.
Good luck. 2-3-1. This is John Victory, midfielder and stalwart, who's made after making numerous comebacks after being dropped and wanting another throughout different numbers of years, and he's had come back more often than Lazarus. Now, John, what did you think of that game?
Are you talking to the goal, Jimmy?
Talking to the goal. Well, this is John is one man who's known for his shyness. You know, he nearly wouldn't say anything he ever did in the game. But let's talk.
I mean, you're at the top as long as I am, Jimmy. Something like this means nothing.
But no, on a serious note, John, what did you think of the display?
Very good display. The best display Edgerstown had in years. Great to win something after many barren years.
Although watching the game, it didn't look, as a fellow says, for the purists, it didn't look a great game. But a tough game to play.
Tough, hard game. Brazilian game, though. It was very hard. It was very hard the last hour. Ground conditions were very heavy. And great to win it. Unbelievable.
Congratulations, John, and thanks very much for your time. Thank you. What did you think of that, Tom?
Which way do you want me to describe? First or second? I'm very pleased, naturally, for all the supporters in particular, because they've stood behind us through many bad matches, heartbreaks and difficulties. And I think it's a great tribute to the players that came back today. They showed great commitment and determination. And I hope we can keep it together now for next year. There's certainly a future for this team. Notwithstanding all that has been said about us, we're always second best, but I think today that we proved we have a bit of mettle, and very pleased. I'm very pleased for Tom McLaughlin. He's been a father figure in the town for many years, and his work goes often unheralded, but I think it's a great tribute to him, John Smith, Kevin Hughes, and several of the elder players as well that are near the end of their career. So I'm very, very pleased. Looking forward to tonight.
Thanks very much, Tom. God bless. High-tech recording of all Edgerstown matches throughout the year at his own expense. Noel, surely you have a few words to say.
An excellent game, I thought. I can't say enough about them. Very hard.
What do you think of Mickey O'Hara's performance? Okay, listen, for the victorious Edgestown team to come home, the car entourage will be here any minute. I'm here with Sean Logan, father and relation of times of depression, economic depression, and wanting another, that they have something to look up to and something to enjoy. And here we are, our victorious, our heroes. Too long they've been bridesmaids. Kevin Hughes comes through Edgestown in a very cheap second-hand looking car, but there's Kevin in it anyway. Time today. The housing estate here in town, Divine Crescent, called after a man who was attached to football here in years, Hugh Devine, and I'm sure wherever he is today he's looking down and having a big laugh at it. And he wouldn't begrudge us 1 minute of our time and the enjoyment that we'll have here today. So we're about to sign off now after what has been a great day for Edgestown football. It may be centenary years, might be 15 years since we last won a major senior trophy, but it's great, or so should I say 10 years since we won a major senior trophy. And it's great to be here. It's great to see the town so delighted and so ecstatic on such a cold, wet winter's evening. And I think here we have our side coming down here again in the cheap cars. Brian Smith. And there's Shergar gone by. Shergar, the long missing super stud. And talking about super studs, there's Sean Logan. There's the ageing Mrs. Donohoe. I'm sure even in her old age will enjoy a day like today. Despite the disability of her sight and hearing, I'm sure she'll enjoy this. It'll make her little Christmas. Won the Leader Cup final in this centenary year, and it's a great credit to the town and everybody involved with the club, and it'll be a great boost to the town, as I said before. So I'd like to thank Noel Green and Michael Mulryan, who's done the video here on such a cold winter's day, and we'll sign off. God bless.